I saw the TV Glow. So that's the latest film that A24 has done that I just saw in theaters like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I'm actually feeling really conflicted about it. I really, really loved it. Like, my instinct is to say I loved it because there's so much special things about it that really stood out to me and really, I guess you could say, touched me or just I spoke to me, I guess. But there's also some little things that kind of didn't sit well with me, and they're honestly kind of nitpicky, so I'll get into those later. But I want to start off by saying that I really did love this movie. It's really different. While it's a lot of different vibes mashed into one movie, I feel. What I will say that kind of sucks is I've only seen it once. I would have hoped to have seen it more times before I say my thoughts on it, because like I said, I'm feeling mixed about it, but mostly very good. It's not, I can't say it's a perfect movie, but I just know that I really loved it. Yeah, it's kind of a weird one for me. Anyways, so what's the movie about? Now, when I saw the trailer, I would say that my initial, the way I, when I saw the trailer, the way I interpreted the film is that it's two teens bonding over a TV show that's kind of got like a Goosebumps vibe. And the show is actually real, or it comes to life, or they get sucked into the show, something like that. A coming of age story, all that. Now, that's mostly right. It's right. It is correct, but the movie is so much more. The movie is a horror film, but I think that it's a very different type of horror film, and I really like the type of horror it goes for. It's not jump scares at all. In fact, nothing grotesque really. It's more just really dark tension and eeriness and creepiness going on. And the movie's really deep. The movie has a lot of themes going on. The movie explores growing up in the sense of how the years just kind of go by really fast. There's even a quote I really like in the film where one of the characters says that the years go by like skipping through chapters on a DVD. I thought that was really good. I've actually used it already in my personal life. And the movie also explores being really obsessed with the show and how you could get too sucked into it and you start to maybe see things that aren't there, or maybe feeling like if you belong in the show, like that is the life you're supposed to be living, something like that. But as I said, and the movie is actually very art house. It's not a straight up art house film, but I think the movie does the tone, the direction. It is kind of art house. It has a lot of scenes that just happen where you're just feeling a lot. There's a lot of imagery. There's a lot of things implied, but nothing is spelled out to you. So you're just left with feelings and impressions, but it's not explicitly clear what just happened. And I actually really like that. Some people may be like, "What did I just see?" You know. Luckily, I saw the movie with a decent crowd, and they were all very expressive, and no one was dumb. No one had the vibe of, as I just said, like, "What did I just watch? What the hell was that?" It was everyone knew that they were watching an A24 film, I guess, and yeah, good vibes. I'm not the type of viewer that likes to dissect films really. I used to be when I was younger. Now I'm much more of a, I just like to feel a movie. I just want to experience it. I'm really all about experiencing, and I do pick up on most things, if not everything. So I'm not necessarily the type of person who just cares about feeling and doesn't care about plot twists. No, I'm not that extreme. I don't think too hard about it. You know, if I get it, I get it. If something sticks in my mind, then yeah, I'll be thinking about it routinely, trying to figure it out. But it's not something I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to figure everything out. I'm not trying to understand everything. I'm okay with just the feelings I'm getting from it. Like, I'm not one to watch ending explain, that sort of thing. I'm not really interested in that. Anyways, so I feel like this is the type of film that leaves you really wondering what you just saw. But I love that. I think it's really good. And I think you pretty much understand what you saw. You understood the lessons. I feel like it's almost like being a little kid again, in a way. I don't know, it's a weird example, but it's like kids, when they watch a film that they love and they watch over and over, they don't know exactly the life lessons that they're learning. They don't know exactly what the nuanced character struggles and dynamics are, but they just know that they're learning something. They just know that they saw something incredible. And I love that feeling. And it's kind of rare, honestly. And I feel like this movie kind of does that, where it's just so loaded and my brain is being so stimulated, but I'm not necessarily conscious of everything that I just experienced, if that makes sense. So onto the tone of the film. So as I said, the movie is a horror film at its core. It really is. But the whole type of horror actually reminded me of Twin Peaks. The film in general reminded me of Twin Peaks, but not because of detective vibe, small town, nothing like that. Honestly, it reminded me of Twin Peaks because of the creepiness, the eeriness, the almost dream-like, nightmarish tone. I don't know. It's hard to. If you've seen Twin Peaks, you understand what I mean. But it's a difficult tone to articulate to people. But it's just dreamlike and awkward and creepy. It's never like in your face type of scary where you're gonna have nightmares, or if you come back to watch the movie, you're like, here's that scene again. It's creepy in a way that kind of sticks with you. Perhaps that's even worse. But I love that type of vibe. Like, there's imagery that just I can't get out of my head from I saw the TV glow, and not in a way like I said, like I'm scarred or something. More just like in a that I don't know, that really did something for me. And there's some sequences that there's like a whole 20-minute sequence that I just think is really scary, but like I don't know, it's a really difficult tone to describe because I don't love most horror films, but I do like specific types of horror, and I think this film is that. Anyways, I'm rambling. So on to my nitpicks. My only nitpick is all about casting. So specifically, and it's funny, I'm really not usually this type of guy, but the kid actor, the one that plays him when he's in middle school, I believe, he looks nothing like the adult version, the teenager version, the older version, the star of the movie. They look nothing alike physically and even aesthetically. Like, his hair is just completely different, the way he dresses is completely different, and I just felt like they're two different people. When there's a time jump and it's the main actor, the adult version, we stay with that actor from like age 15 to like 40 or whatever it is, and they barely change him. When he gets to like 40, then yeah, there's makeup. They make him look like his cheeks sucked in. He looks obviously older, but it's very much like, oh, it's makeup. But I don't really care about that. I just care about the progression of age. And it's literally from 16 to like 30. Like I said, when he's the oldest, it's obvious. But other than that, he looks exactly the same. No haircut, no hair difference, no style change. Like, it says 8 years later, and he looks exactly like how he looked when he was a freshman. And I'm just like, what? So, like I said, I'm usually not that type of guy that cares about those small things. But I think in this film, it was so freaking obvious that I just can't help. I couldn't get past it. So that kind of sucks. That's pretty much it, honestly. Everything else, I really love the vibes. I really love the themes it's showing, the themes it's exploring, the overall direction, the soundtrack. That's something I kind of forgot. This movie got really marketed. This movie really marketed the soundtrack. I believe in the trailer it says all the artists that are going to be featured, and it's a really good soundtrack. I wasn't blown away, but music is subjective, so maybe someone else is like, this is the best soundtrack on earth. But for me, I just liked like 3 songs or so. I really liked like 3 songs, and the rest of it's fine. It's not like whatever, It's a great soundtrack, and that was really cool. Just the overall direction was cool. There's scenes of characters walking, and then there's like writing on the screen. It's just a very different way of communicating with the audience, and it was effective. So I really like that. It's a movie that I'm really gonna be thinking about for years to come. I know myself. I know this. I could tell this is a movie that I'm for sure gonna buy, And I could see myself in the future just getting a couple beers, telling my friends I'm gonna stay home tonight, just watching this film. It's a very specific tone, but I really like it. For me, it's like a cozy horror fever dream type of vibe that I really like. So I highly recommend this movie, especially if you like A24 films. You understand the vibe that goes on, so it won't be jarring to you. If you want like a more thoughtful, introspective type of horror film, this film's also perfect for that too. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this movie, about that ending, and just in general, your thoughts, because I could see this movie stirring up a lot of people in a good way, not in a controversial way. But yeah, thanks for watching.